Hi, Aries. Welcome to your True Intention spread for the month of June. For those of you who are just now tuning in, these are generalized readings, so not everything in the reading may pertain to you. I am available to answer any questions as well as to do private readings, and I can be reached at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. So the first card in the spread is the Four of Pentacles, and this represents what type of person they are. This person can be seen as being very guarded, very private. This person has walls up, and this could be from experiences that he or she is carrying from one life experience to the other, caused by different relationships, and not just specifically romantic, but family, friends as well. The next card is the Four of Swords. This indicates how they will impact your life. I think that when you're involved with this person, because this person is hard to penetrate his or her inner vulnerabilities, you spend a lot of time thinking about where you stand with this person. And I don't think that it will ever really be completely clear, because this person has some very strong walls, strong armor that he or she is carrying with them. The next card is the World, and this represents what their intention. This indicates that this person does have good intentions with you, and that this person, wants to continue to see what life has to hold by being in a relationship with you. But what really concerns me is these other layers, this armor that he or she is carrying with them. These are deep-rooted issues, things that need to be processed that he or she is carrying with them, and it's going to be difficult to penetrate. So if you decide to move forward with this relationship, you really need to decide if this will be the right person for you, so to speak. Now the next card is the Seven of Cups, and this represents how they feel about you. So like you, where you're spending a lot of time thinking about this situation, he or she is also spending a lot of time thinking about, you and the nature of this relationship and what direction to really focus in on, taking it and how to go about doing that. And then also weighing the pros and cons of being in a relationship in general, because remember, he or she is holding on to the emotional burdens that we carry from one relationship to the next. Now, the next card is the Temperance card, and this indicates whether or not this relationship is worth pursuing. Now, the Temperance card is one of my favorite cards in the deck, because the Temperance card indicates, being brought to the light when you've been in the dark. So this is like the silver lining if you decide to stay within this relationship, being able to move forward, that it can work out, but it's going to take a lot of work. The outcome is the Seven of Swords. And I really think that this touches or complements the Four of Pentacles, where there's just a lot of different layers that need to be worked through. And he or she, hasn't expressed, the different layers that he or she is working with. And I think that, that's ultimately going to take some time, and a very honest conversation seems to be needed here. Now, the advice we have is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the perfect blend of chaos and harmony, and also understanding that you can't have the good without the bad, and that all experiences in life have this type of balance, and that throughout life you will consistently go through peaks and valleys, and you just can't have one without the other. So if you have a realistic expectation as to what relationships are about, which is work, but I also think that relationships are ultimately worth it in the long run as well. But a decision needs to be made whether or not, you want to continue to pursue this relationship, because it will take a lot of work. But what's really stands out to me is the Temperance card. Seeing the light when you're in the dark, the silver lining. So, with that said, I'm going to leave our reading at that. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.